What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, The Unpopular Party, hosted by me, Party Next Shore. Today, I'm here to give y'all a video basically talking about Chloe Bailey. Now, to start off, this is not a hate video because I am indeed a fan. And whenever I'm critiquing or just like talking about things, it's coming from a place of love. If you came here thinking this was a hate bashing video, nah, baby, go on, click off. It ain't that. We're just gonna be talking about things, having a little conversation. Before we get started, if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support you guys have sent me. I really do appreciate it. And without further ado, let's just get into my thoughts. So before I get started, let's just talk about the basics. Who is Chloe Bailey? Chloe Bailey's 24, birthday day before mine. No stranger at all to this industry. You know, as a kid, she was in movies like The Fighting Temptations, Meet the Brown. And as she got older, that's when she became a duo with her sister, and that was Chloe and Halle. And Halle, I'm gonna talk about you too. I just gotta do one sister at a time. As they was like getting older and like they pre-teen years, they would do covers and stuff on YouTube.
I'm pride tonight. You and I, we're beautiful diamonds in the sky.
And from there, that's how Beyonce was like, okay, I'm gonna take him in as my little protege. Now, Chloe and Halle has always done music as a duo, and that's how I became a huge fan. One of my favorite songs at that time was their song, Who Knew? It was a cute little vibe. I definitely liked the beat. But yeah, as they started getting known and having a little bit more recognition, then got put on the TV show Grownish as a spinoff from Blackish, focused on Zara Zahidi character, went to college. And on the show, they were twins, but they're not twins. Yeah, for the most part, it was straight, but you know, Grownish within itself was a show. And when attention was really on them, I would have to say would be the year 2020. Now, we was in a lockdown, we couldn't go nowhere, but Chloe and Halle was holding it down. I'm talking about they was always doing some type of performance, whether it was virtual, whatever, national anthem, halftime show, like they was always just doing something. From there in that same year, they released their album, Ungodly Hour. The lead single, Do It. Do It was definitely a hit when it comes to TikTok. You know, they was doing a little TikTok then. They even released a stunning music video, but yeah, for the moment, all eyes was on them. And for the most part, I was seeing a lot of positive things about them. A lot of people was vibing with their work ethic, how they had stunning vocal abilities, and just like, you know, unproblematic people. They're on in their careers, they started to develop themselves as solo artists. Just due to Chloe wanting to focus more on music, Halle filming for The Little Mermaid, and other projects. This is how we get into the era of Miss Chloe Bailey. Now, for the most part, I'm really invested in her artistry. I think she has been set up the most for longevity. Keyword, put a pin in that, we're gonna come back to that. But to have longevity in her career. Her debut single, Have Mercy, for the most part, had buzz. The music video was cute, and she got a chance to perform it at the VMAs, which was a huge deal for someone who just started. Like, you mean tell me you get to perform your debut single at the VMAs? So what's the problem? Why is it that same people that was vibing with her in the beginning are trying to, like, you know, do a little switcheroo and be dragging her on Twitter? Well, here are my two biggest theories. Number one, I think right now there's just a disconnect between her and her main audience. I believe she's still trying to find her niche, because I feel like when she first came on the scene, the way the general public received her, they was getting like, oh, good girl vibe, preacher kid, church girl. And I feel like that's one half of her fan base. I feel like they are a reflection of that. Now, the other half to Miss Bailey is that baddie Chloe that people are still trying to get adjusted to. Now, people knew she had it in her from that Busted challenge. And people were like, okay. And also when she did the performance of Feeling Good. Now, she did get a little bit of backlash for that, but the family had to be like, leave Miss Chloe alone. But this was the exact moment I feel people turned on her. It was that lollipop video.
To my 4 million followers and counting, my candy kisses and my clovers, thank you all so much for loving me, and I love you right on back. There's a lot more to come.
And you know, from someone within the fan base, it wasn't necessarily my cup of tea. Reason being, it just didn't feel authentic. I feel like sexiness is something that you just can't fake. You either got it or you don't. And that video in particular just felt cringy. Mainly being because she's someone that's naturally pretty, naturally sexy. You don't have to give too much. And you know, that be us cancers. You know, we be cute, but we don't know it and always trying to be sexy. There's also another video I saw on TikTok where she was doing a particular challenge. I'll play it if I find it.
Ari, I just need 1 minute to make sure I look good. Do you think I look good, Mr. Armstrong?
I feel like for me, I could just tell when someone was in their head about something. She she probably was like, okay, this is the 8th take, this is what y'all gonna get. Opposed when she's naturally in her elements, you could just feel that energy coming off. And sometimes her audience can be confused on how to perceive her. And then they be trying to drag her because they was like, you're gonna be a church girl one second and a freak the next. When she had to address that.
So guys, you know what really cracks me up? One moment you all say that I talk about God too much, and then the next you say I'm selling my soul. Which is it, my loves? I love God so much, and I love music, and I just have a lot of passion. That's it. I didn't sell my soul. No. It's funny to see that online, and I'm happy you all think that the song is doing well enough for me to have to do that, but no. Hi Andrew, I love you. That was something really funny that I saw. But no, I would not be here without God. God first always. So all y'all saying that, I could just laugh at it because
And I feel like her response made sense. Her niche, I feel like that's where one disconnect is. Another disconnect, and when it comes to her features in her music. Her music is great, but it's the features that get the fans upset. For example, the song For the Night with Lotto. Me personally, I feel like that's something that just could have been a solo song because Lotto verse didn't really add or take away any way to the song. It was just like, okay, it was there. But her still trying to find her niche. She don't need all these features. Now, the one that caused the most controversy is this one she got with Chris Brown. The song that she has coming out with Chris Brown, That's How Does It Feel? And when I first heard the snippet sounded amazing. I was like, oh, I need this ASAP. Like her vocals, it's giving vocal. And the producer, Hitmaker, he even leaked some of it with Chris Brown on it. It originally had Chris Brown and Meek Mills on it, but I guess only Chris Brown made the cut. But to me, it sound good. But people was upset mainly because, you know, Chris Brown, he is an abuser. It wasn't just like a little bit of backlash. It was like a lot of people on Twitter was putting their 2 cents, having all these think pieces. And for me, I didn't really understand because the hate for Chris Brown be so pick and choose. You could see if it was like he did all what he did, you know, from the Rihanna situation 2016, like he did all that and now he's just trying to come back into the public. Like Chris Brown been working. Every time I turn around, he dropping some little 40-song project and people be listening. I be seeing stories, people listening. He done songs with Drake, Lil Dicky, did numerous songs with her, LMA, even recorded some more songs with Rihanna. Rihanna even had Chris Brown songs and Fenty video. You know, went on tour and, you know, they took these pictures with the fans that went viral. And I remember how I just saw like people defending him because, you know, that awards show, they cut out dedicated dance. They cut out whatever dance that him and Sierra was supposed to do and they was rehearsing for it, got cut out. And I saw people like actively defending him and putting these think pieces. So it's like, me personally, I can't keep up when the public just decide like they gonna dislike Chris Brown. And like, don't get me wrong, like Chris Brown, you know, he done some crazy manipulative stuff. So the boy's still here, so what can I do? Then I started to think, and I was like, even though Chris Brown has done some crazy stuff, he still has a fan base that's a variety. Chloe has a specific type of fan base, and that specific fan base is the percentage of people, main percentage of people that just don't like Chris Brown. Like for example, the people who I've always seen that get backlash whenever they support Chris Brown will be like Chloe, Normani, and Kelly Rowland. What do they all have in common? All of their fan bases are the same. So whenever they see them like saying anything to Chris Brown, they be like, oh no, cut that out. So that's what I mean when I say just like knowing your audience and your fan base, what they like and dislike. So going forward, you can continue to have longevity in your career. Speaking of longevity, remember when I said put a pin in there, we're gonna come back to it? Yeah, this leads me to my second point. The general public is just not used to seeing an artist in their artist development era. And the times we in now, mediocrity wins. It's winning, it's up one, and you don't have to do much to be famous. Even the word famous is kind of watered down. I think the general public is used to a certain cycle. You blow up, you get really big and successful, you get a couple brand deals, you drop one music video, you win a Grammy, and you go along your way. This process typically lasts like what, a year or two? And after that, it's like, okay, we're on to the next artist. However, Chloe, and I'm gonna say both for the Bailey sisters, Chloe and Halle, they don't really fit that formula. Chloe is actually releasing great bops. She's released a good plethora of songs that has a variety and, you know, good beat that she produces herself. Just a natural thing a lot of people don't possess nowadays, talent. So when the public sees that, they don't know how to respond. Example, Pray It Away. Me, Pray It Away was a follow song. Music video was good. The lyrics are something I could vibe to. And I love the vocal ability. It's like she's giving you something. She's trying. But even when I go on Twitter, like people was trying to drag her. Like complaining how it sounds too much like a gospel song and what is she trying to do? It's like, yeah, y'all can say all that, but she's giving y'all something. And you know, she has this album that's coming out in March. When you listen to an album that really feels like a good body of work, you have a variety of things on there. It shouldn't sound the same from point A to point B. When you start out at point A, you should be able to hear a couple dance and pop and take you to church. Like, you should be able to hear all that in one album. I actually applaud her in the fact that she's doing something different in this time. And I feel like it could be difficult because look at who's winning. If you look at like overview, not all, but an overview of what's really popular when it comes to talent, it's not winning. Well, another thing I forgot to add, people just don't know her. Like, they probably just see her still as mini Beyonce, not Chloe Bailey. So it's like when they're trying to present her on these big award shows and like give her these awards and stuff like that, the general public is still trying to figure out like, okay, but who is she? And why is it that, I should buy that she's this big artist? And I feel like she's still trying to like, create her image and create what's best for her. I said it's still the artist development stage, but I feel like people know of like Chloe and Halle, but when it comes to just her as the artist, like, who is she? She still hasn't had that big, I'm Chloe, I'm here moment. So yeah. So she's just in an era where just the beginning stage of her career. I feel like as she continues to elevate her sound and craft, she'll be able to have a great career at hand that goes on for years. Also, and this is just like a little personal thing, I want to hear her do more bridges. Like hit us with a good 2-verse and then a bridge, and yeah. But that is all that I have for this video. I definitely will be tuning into the album when she releases it in March. But what do you guys think? Please put your opinions in the comment section below because you're entitled to them. Let me know if y'all want a part 2 where I talk about Halle. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!